Hey! And thanks for taking interest in taking part in Queer Sound's Asexy video project for Asexual Awareness Week. Here's a few tips to help make sure we get the best looking video possible. Part 1. Lighting your video. Great images need great light, so it's important that wherever you film your video, there is enough light that we can see both you and your text clearly. If you're planning on filming outside, I'd suggest filming when it's sunny but not glary. To avoid glare, I'd suggest filming when the sun is higher in the sky as opposed to lower. So avoid early morning or late afternoon, as that's when the sun's beginning to rise or to set. As wonderful as natural light is, remember that you can't control the weather. So if you live in a place like me where conditions are likely to change like that, then be prepared that the sun might go out suddenly halfway through your video and we won't be able to use it anymore, which would be extremely unfortunate. And whilst I love the aesthetic of videos filmed outside, changes in weather could easily ruin your video, so film outside at your own risk. If you are filming inside, here's some lighting tips for you. The best place for lights if you're filming a video is directly in front of you, like I have now. If the lighting was behind you, like now, it'll be harder for you and for your cards to be seen in the video. So avoid sitting in front of things like windows and lights. Part 2. Creating your cards. We recommend writing your lyric cards on A4 to A3 size paper, standard printing paper thickness or greater. Also in white or another light colour. This is because thinner papers could potentially be see-through, are much easier to rip, and are more likely to flop around or get picked up by wind. If you're partial to an aesthetic that can only be achieved with thin paper, we'd recommend sticking the thinner paper to a thicker one so as to make it sturdier. In regards to how to write lyrics onto your card, I'd recommend using thick markers like these rather than pens or pencils, as they will have better visibility on screen. Part 3. Writing your lyrics. Once you've spoken to us, we'll be sure to tell you which segment of the lyrics we'd want you to write out. We're only asking you to do a section as opposed to the whole song, as creating that many lyric cards takes forever. Trust me, I know. And we didn't want you to have to, give up your entire lives just to help us with the video. Be as creative as you want when you're writing out the lyrics. Just remember, don't overdo it. And even though this song does mention sex, a drawing of two little stick figures getting it on probably isn't the best idea. So when drawing your pictures, basically think, if your neighbour's grandmother wouldn't be okay with it, well, you probably should avoid it. And try to spell things correctly. If you do make a mistake, discard the card rather than trying to fix your mistake, as it just looks messy and makes it hard to read. And remember, sometimes the simplest cards are the most effective, so don't be afraid to just keep it plain and straightforward. Part 4. Filming your video. When filming your video, try to stand in a position that places you about a third left or right of center, ensuring you have free space in the frame above your head and below the bottom of the card. Get as creative as you want with how you introduce and get rid of cards, but do try to stay in the same position rather than move around too much, as too much movement will disrupt the focus of the scene. Avoid backgrounds that are too busy. For example, if I were to film this on my bed, next to my Hobbit poster, people would be too distracted by the wonderful Martin Freeman here to really paying attention to what I have on the cards. So, as amazing as he is, that's probably not what we want for this video. And be sure to play the song while you hold up the signs so you know when to change lyrics. The last thing we ask is that you end the video by holding up a sign with whatever name you want to go by on it, so we can thank you. And feel free to get as creative with your sign-off as you want to. Part 5. Finishing your video. Once everything is filmed, head to YouTube and upload it as an unlisted video. Then, head to http:// goo.gl/forms 4GG4D81DU1 with the link, and fill in the form and we'll do the rest. And that's it! Don't forget to have a bunch of fun while doing this, and feel free to email us at queersounds@gmail.com if you have any questions. Submissions close on the 22nd of October, so don't procrastinate it too much or you'll miss out. Thanks so much for wanting to help us with this. We can't wait to see what you come up with.